Alright, back to the roguelike. I'm out at a river parked. Dogs are outside the truck. One is, um, tied up. Twig. Sparky is free, but he doesn't really run off like Twig does. So hopefully nobody will approach and cause a firestorm of barking and all that. Alright, so where I left off was I fixed the backslash bug when I showed the complete map. So when I press S, there used to be a slash there or backslash. Can't remember which one. I think a backslash. That is done. So this is actually going to be the first spell of the game to reveal the map. But I just need it because when we start adding resources like monsters, gold, where's the D? Is there a D? The D is the down staircase. This one doesn't. Oh, there it is, right there. Now a lot of that stuff doesn't. Oh, there's food. F is food. Doesn't or isn't hooked up. Doesn't do anything. So let's see. Let's press Q. Get out of there. So I don't really know what I want to do. One thing I could do. Um, let's go ahead and hook up, like hit points. Oh, well, one thing. Let me go back real quick. I'm pretty sure it's not showing gold. It should be showing the gold. And when we ran that, I don't remember seeing the gold. Down here. Hit points, offense, defense, level, experience. Oh, money. Okay. Well, let me make sure. Let me cast my spell, reveal the map, reveal. Blam. Here we go. All right, where is the money? I see it. Let's make a beeline for that. Ooh, there's one right there. Okay, ready? Okay, yeah. So it's working. Never mind. All right, well, we can't do that. So, but I know the monsters are hooked up. I think you can only go through them from the bottom. So let me take a look at that. That's one thing I can do. Close that out. Oh, let me see. We got keys here. We're in the game. I've been so busy trying to find a job and all that that I can't do this as much as I want to. All right, where is the keyboards? Here they are, right here. So right here, this will end up being different, but show map is right here, and then you close it with Z. Let me see. So when we run into monsters, it should be in the move code. It's probably in player. Let's see here. I do need to separate these monsters and all that, but I'm kind of on the fence on that because it's under the entity class. Let me see. I might just keep them as entities. Alright, so when the player does an update, now right here we have a get key 0. If you go back to here, there's an array here. 0, 1, 2, 3. Right now those are the only 4 keys that are hooked into that. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, these are the keys for our directions. Those will be held in here. The reason they're here and not like this is I think I'm going to do something with these. I think at what time I was going to do. Actually, we don't need it anymore. Because I was going to experiment with, oh, what do you call it? Instead of moving one character, moving slower or faster, depending on the velocity. So it was going to be a velocity system, so it wouldn't just be a one or one, stuff like that. You would actually add uh, the velocity every time you hit it. But I don't know if I'll do that. I think I'll do it. I may do it in a different way though, because everything's. I don't know if we want to. I want different creatures to have different speeds. So I'm not going to do velocity like you would in graphics. It's going to be another system, but it is going to be there because things need to move at different speeds. But that's not high priority. That'll come probably way later. Right now, everything's just because right now nothing's moving except the player, and that's fine. There's other stuff that needs to be done, but so so when you do move up, remember it's upright, it's clockwise, starting from uh, midnight, up, right, down, left. So when you go up, oh, there it is, right there, up. It's a good comment. Uncle Bob, if you're watching, this is a good comment. Um, actually, he would tell me to use a enum instead of zero. Which is probably what I need to do. Okay. So here's the thing. If it does not equal a wall, because you can't walk through the wall, and does not equal monster, that means it's food or treasure, something like that. L, see? Attack monster here. Okay. So, hold on, I'm killing a tick. Little sucker. Man, I got so many ticks. Being out in the rivers and pond areas and stuff. Oh, we get them everywhere. And if you walk through like woods or something, they're on the leaves too, so they end up getting in your hair. I just had one. I felt something and it fell off. I killed it. All right, back to this. Uh, so this would be the monster. So if you're going up, it says this here. You attack the monster. So on here, we were actually going to have a bunch of monsters on screen, and we were going to go through these and do the hit points. See, here it's checking its location. X and Y. But that's if it equals PX and PY. That's wrong. It shouldn't be PX and PY. Well, yeah, it is because we've moved. Let me see real quick. Did we already add it? We did because we're saving old. Yeah. So we've minus the Y. That's why it's doing that. So we've actually moved onto the same squares where the monster is. That's why we're doing that. And you could do that if you don't do this. where you save the old position and go ahead and move there. Then you'd have to do your subtraction at this point. But so this would find it and then do that. I don't have the combat system in, but what I do want to do is put this on the other ones. Now that is going to be refactored out because I don't want to have a bunch of this copy and pasted in there. But for now, we're going to copy and paste it just to get it working until I can figure out another system. So we're going to have our else right here. See, right now it just subtracts that or undoes it. So we have our else, and we're going to add this in there too. So copy that. And then in here, that. Just like that. Give it a little room. Go ahead and do that. And that's after all this. Because it does have to be, you have to reverse it, undo the move. This is an example of a comment that went out of, that is lying to you, as Uncle Bob would say, because that's not where it goes. It should be right up here. You can actually do that on the same line. Probably better. There. And just, we need to go ahead and do this. And then we have that. You always want to clean up code as you go. Whoa. Of course, you don't want to mess up the code. So here, so it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're going up, from the left, from the right, down, whatever. It's the same thing here. So let's go ahead and do that. This we don't need because you're already on there. We don't need that comment there. Because that's going to that would confuse you. So let's do this again. Like that. We don't need several lines buffering that. Let's go here. See, when you copy and paste, if you grab that space, you don't have to do your space when you copy paste. You just put it there, and then it's already in. Where's that other one at? I guess we don't have it there. Whoops. I just need a copy on that. Copy that. Okay. And we need one more there. So that's done. Where am I at? Work C. Whoops. Caverns. Build that. Let's check it out. Where is our monster? Where is the monster at? I didn't see one. We don't have a monster on this level? Are you serious? I do not see an exclamation mark. That's no good. Okay, we definitely need a restart on these. I need a monster. Oh, there's one right there. Okay, so it used to work coming from the up position only, from here underneath it. So if you watch down here, we should get a message going left. We did not, so that is not working. Something didn't happen. Oh. So, oh, wait a minute. I'm wondering if it's because I'm on the reveal map. Let's go to this other one. I'm not sure how that would affect it, but I have a sneaking suspicion that might be it. All right. So if we come from up, see if it still works. Yes. So the up works, so the new code is not working. So let's press Q and go see what the heck is going on. So we moved from left, so let's see. Up. Oh, you know what? Let me see. My phone keeps dinging. Okay, blah, blah, blah. What did I just do here? This is up. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. I don't even have it hooked in. See here. Right. Greater than 0. Oh, no, I'm looking at that. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah, that's up. This should be right. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. So, I don't have the monster. I'm not checking for a monster. I'm just checking for a wall. So we need this code here. The and. So let's copy that. Plug it in. Like that. Do the same thing down here. Where's it at? Right there. That's down. So left. Right here. Yay. Alright. Let's go back. Recompile. Reveal the map. Okay, here we go. Alright, we're coming from the right. Oh, man, look at that. It already did. Oh, I must have. What did I do? No, it did it before I was in position, so I think something's wrong on that. Okay, let me do this one. I gotta clear it. Right now it's not on any kind of system. So I'm gonna get the food. You ate. Okay, so I cleared that. Let's come in from the left. Now it shouldn't do it until I actually move into it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that worked. Let's go get the money so we can clear it out. So let's come in from the right. Okay, so I must have accidentally just pressed it too many times. I thought it was doing it like one step before. So, okay. So you attack the monster. Okay, that's working. Um, there, there. I definitely need to hook restart back up. I'm going to check all the angles just to make sure. Make sure down is working. Okay. I need to clear it out. Where can I clear it out at? Man, food is way over there. How do I even get to it? Yeah, we got to put traps in too. Oh, I don't have that one hooked up. We got to go for food. Okay. Okay, so I got that cleared up. So make sure up still works. Okay. All right, so you can attack monsters from every angle now. um, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. You guys tend to like the shorter videos, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do it in manageable pieces. We'll do that, and I will get started on the next one. We got that done. What else? So I need to go ahead and move all this out into a function. What is that? Oh, huh. Oh, I see. Okay. So that tells me where it's all at. Oh, I didn't know I could do that with Sublime. Good grief. All that time. I was usually just hitting Control F and searching. I could have just did this. That's where it's at. Yay. Because Sublime Text is great. Love this editor. When I get a job, I need to actually pay for a subscription. Okay. So I guess I can end it there. I really don't want to, but well, what else should I do? We got that. Where's my to do? I could go ahead and put the traps in because I've got the stairs, or at least one of them. Add traps. We could do that. Let's go ahead and add traps. So the trap, what key is going to be trap? Oh no, it's not a key. This is just going to be, we need to generate it. So, where's it being generated at? Good gosh. Where is it? Oh, let me see here. Let me take advantage of that new thing I just found. Where would it be at? Monster. So I'm not ready to do this yet until I start. Actually, it's real close because I'll probably have an array of monsters or a vector of monsters. So I'll need those. Alright, where is everything? So the game, I think world is actually generating everything. Yeah, initialize monsters. Where's that at? World 309. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. I actually do have an array of monsters there. See, this is what happens when you use. This is why you need to write code that you can actually understand. You know, kind of clean code, so to speak. I mean, not full blown Uncle Bob, you know, enterprise clean code, but you want to be able to understand your code, you know, when you come back to it later. Okay, we need place treasure. We should have like a place monster or something like that. It'll be like this actually. Place downstairs in cavern. So we have an initialize info section. So let's go ahead and do one like this. This is how it's going to be actually. Traps. But you know what? These are going to be invisible. It's going to be interesting. So let's copy this. Put it right here. And we're going to say place traps. So it's pretty much the same thing except we have a start. Okay, this is fine. See, all this is going to be cached at the level. Equals floor. We're going to set it in the floor. Except we don't do this. Man, what are we going? How are we going to do this? Okay, I know what we'll do. It's going to be the same. It's going to look the same as a floor, except it's going to be a let's go to game real quick. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, also I need to put this in here. Place traps and caverns. Copy that. In here. Whoops. void, and then that. Place traps in cavern. Whoops. Okay, that's official. And then we got that. Let's go to game. It's actually going to be this right there. I don't think it's there, is it? No. There it is. So we're going to have trap too here. Trap. And where's it at? So the tile here. Now this, let me show you something here. So game trap. Well, it doesn't even pick it up. So that right there, I'll show you something in a minute actually. Well, now there's another way to do this. We can say game floor equals game trap like this, and then equals that. We can actually do it like that. But I think we would have to take game trap and declare it up here, you know, above this. But we could absolutely, let's do a control Z on that. You'll see this sometimes. Like instead of this, we could just say like, you know, equals game floor, like that. Um, so we could do that. What that does is if we ever change the floor, we don't have to change the trap. But at some point we may have a wall trap. I think we're going to keep it like this. That way there's no ambiguity. Um, so the thing is when we go to check in our player when we move, the problem is when we check, we can't check if we use the same symbol. Because underneath all this, it's the same as a floor. So we would check it here. It's not a wall and it's not a monster. It's down here. So it would have to be checked in here, the trap. We can't do that. The problem is the problem is the map. Um, we could use an overlay, but I think I'm going to do something else. Hmm. I think What are the options? Now I could also mask it. I could actually use something different. And then when it's displayed, I could capture it there and just display floor. Let me see the display code here. I really don't want to do that. I'd rather use an overlay, really, kind of like Fog of War. But it's a little complicated. I mean, it's a little heavy-handed for just traps, though. So I think I'm going to go with something simpler. If it equals floor here, what we could do, we could have a parallel, or we could have an array where we keep that. You want inside, baby? You want inside? Let me unhook you, baby. Come on. You can come in here. Come on. Get up here. You gonna lay down? Come here. You can lay down here, baby. Come on. Right here. Right here. Twiggy. You wanna get down here? Come on. You can lay down here if you want. Sparky, you coming in too? They were outside. Now everybody's showing up. You can lay in here. Come on. Yeah, get in the floorboard, baby. Get out of the sun. Lay down. You gonna lay down? You can lay down there. Come on. Lay down. Hurries. Here, let me move the bag. I don't need the bag anymore. I think I lost video. Did I lose video? I can't tell. Usually if my laptop closes like that, before it actually dropped the stream. Testing, testing. I think I'm still on. Let me see. Let me move the thing here. Well, I think I'm still on. Pretty sure I'm still on. I didn't realize my camera was closed. I'm just gonna turn that off. Doesn't need to be on. There we go. Okay, I think I'm still streaming, so let's go ahead and add that. So what I'm thinking, the problem is I need a different, whoa, what am I doing? I need a different sign. So I could use a hash map, and that would keep track of where, well, I don't need that. All I need is a, because I'm just going to use an array. It'd be a lot faster. Let's do this. So we have trap. It's going to be the same as a floor tile. That's why we can't do anything when we move, because we can't detect it. But what I could do is I could index into array, but that's wasteful. What I'd like to do is just set a bit. But I mean, we do have an integer. Oh man. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta check my phone. I'm getting dinged too many times. That's the thing about it keeps dinging if I don't read them. Oh, all right, here we go. Oh, okay. All right. Let me respond real quick. Almost there. Okay. All right, back to it. So I don't want an array that has every single tile on there just to say that it may be a trap. Um, we could do that. But since it's sparse, you're not gonna have that many traps. There's really no need to do that. So, but what we could do, I'd like to set a bit really. Um, Let me see. A floor. Because see, an array with every tile, that would be an overlay. That's what I mean when I say overlays. It's just another screen full of data, and then you're just, you're able to put some kind of information in each one. That's how Fog of War works. And I can do that. Um, but like I said, there may be no traps. There may be one or two traps. I don't think there's ever going to be too many. Um, if I do a bit, it's going to change the actual number. Let me see here. Okay, never mind. We may do the overlay. We may do this because I'm thinking too that you could have a spell to reveal traps. Um, but this means that when we display the map, it has to be shown as a floor or a wall or whatever it's sitting on. Um, so that may be incorporated. Let's go back here real quick. Where's that at? We'll go ahead and set it in there for now. So it'll be a T. Okay. All right, now we'll write the initialization code. We should just go to call right here. Copy that. And we do this little wrapper in case we want to do something else, but that has to do with this, but keeping it separate. In this case, it's not a concern. I mean, it's not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway because I think there's going to be other work here when you place these. I'm not sure, but if not, we can call it directly. And a matter of fact, maybe I will do that. I just wanted to be consistent, really, because I'm initializing everything. But really, because initialize monsters was initializing the array, I think. Yeah, that's what that did. Initialize monsters. So we really don't need that initialize. We could go directly to place treasure. Might as well fix that. Well, where is it? Here we go. Place treasure in cavern. Now let's take these out. Take those out. Go directly into here. Do that. here. We do not need that. Place treasure, place traps. We don't need these anymore. At least not yet. Maybe we will in the future, but who knows. Where's the downstairs being done at? Yeah, this here. Where's that at? 56 of game. What the heck? Look at that. I can't believe we got all this duplicate code. Because remember the world was doing calling initialize. Look at this, initialize world, infestation monsters in the constructor. And now we have game. Initialize the game. Blah, blah, game object, simple section. Player, miscellaneous. So why are we doing it on the constructor when it's all being done here? Now see, world really is going to be renamed probably to level. So this does make sense. It's better to have it here because we're going to be having different levels too. Let's see what happens. Monsters in cavern. Where is initialize world? So once it initializes, it calls that info section. Look at all this. This is so, there's so much duplication going on here. See, it wasn't calling any of the initialize code like this. Initialize world. Why is initialize world? Oh yeah, it is the world. But it's being called here. Oh. So this is going to be set out or taken out and put in some kind of level creation code. So I don't know how much of that we actually need in the constructor here. Since it calls that. Okay, so it called all the initialization code, all this. See, so we don't even need these. We don't need to do these ones. So it was just doing it twice. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of harm in that. But that's why sometimes you would see a lot of monsters in there. It's like double. So initialize monsters, there is no initialize monsters, is there? Oh yeah, there is because it makes the array. So place food, place treasure, place monsters. You should be at place traps too. So let's do that. So there, T. Okay, so we do need this here. All right. So let's go ahead and build that. Test that out. Reveal map. Wow. Well, we have a trap there. Food. There's like a tick that just walked on my laptop screen. Like, what the heck? Stupid things are everywhere. Okay, did I just walk through a wall? I think I walked through a wall. I guess I was seeing things. I was seeing ticks. Okay, hold on. We got to restart that. Wow, we barely had any walls last time. Okay, where's all this at? Okay, the D doesn't do anything anyway. So. Found gold. Attack the monster. I guess I didn't. That trap doesn't do anything, so. Okay, so the traps are in place. Let's go ahead and quit that. All right, we have traps. That's good. So I think I'm going to end the video there. And then on the next one, we'll start hooking up the messages for the traps, things like that. And at some point, we need to have all the systems in place where we can, like the combat system and stuff like that. Now, later on, that's going to lead into different kinds of monsters and things like that. At that point, I still don't think I'm going to have to separate these from the entity class. Pretty sure I won't. But anyway. All right, guys. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up and share and make sure you subscribe. And have a good weekend. I will see you on the next one.